Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Archive, where we once again return with Final Fantasy XIV, and we're here at a normal time, and I've got even better news. I have schedules for the next 2 weeks, and I will be posting them probably on Sunday or Monday as per normal, but I'm only closing like twice a week from here on out, which is nice. So I'll actually be able to do some decent streaming. Now, I am having some technical difficulties. Not a lot. I think my third monitor over here that I use to monitor Twitch is going, because I'm getting a lot of visual artifacting on the video, all of a sudden the view screen, but it shouldn't affect the actual stream itself. It's just really affecting my perception on this side. Should be good, should be fine. So, post Stormblood catch up. Now, there are 3 things that we are going to be doing before we start Shadowbringers. 3 things. 1, Hildebrand story for Heavensward and Stormblood, which is actually why we're in Ishgard. Secondly, we have the Alliance raid to do. And thirdly, we have the raid series to do. I will be primarily focusing on Hildebrand tonight, and then if we have time, I will be starting Omega. My hope is to kind of get these things done, hopefully in 3-ish streams, so we can start Stormblood maybe in middle of next week, late next week. We'll figure it out, but regardless, let's do some Hildebrand, baby. It's been too long. A gentleman falls rather than flies. Well, I'll be the Warrior of Light in the flesh. A pleasure to see you again. Wait, is this what they call serendipity? It is, isn't it? That settles it. You've got to help me find the inspector. I was hoping you would silently agree. So I've been trying to calculate the trajectory the inspector took when he was catapulted into the sky again. I've triple-checked my figures and concluded he must have landed somewhere here in Ishgard. Unfortunately, the investigation hasn't been proceeding as smoothly as I had hoped. But now that you're here, we're sure to make some progress. Come, let's speak with the merchants and see if anyone hasn't had dealings with a gentlemanly Highlander. A gentlemanly Highlander, you say? My apologies, but I cannot say I've had dealing with a man as you describe. Okay, Mike, you didn't have to peek up just because I opened a can of beer. Man, that artifacting is getting really bad. And my wallpaper's not... Oh no, it's working. So it's just the web browser causing issue? Okay, maybe it's... now it's fine. So, I don't know what's going on with it. Alright, well, as long as it's fixed, I have a feeling I'm going to have to replace that monitor sooner rather than later. Mainly because I had to replace this one, my third monitor, which was identical to the second monitor a few months ago when it stopped working. So something tells me I'm going to have to replace the second monitor here pretty soon. But what can you do? I've sold my fair share of goods to Highlander adventurers, aye, but I'd not describe such clients as particularly gentlemanly, I'm afraid. Oh, that's turned towards the firmament. We need to go this way. Good evening to you, madam. Oh, you are looking for someone? A gentlemanly Highlander. I know not this man of whom you speak, but mayhap Mistress Alice does. I think that's how you pronounce that. She is well acquainted with rather a lot of merchants and noblemen. Elise, have you seen Hildebrand? As ever, a warm welcome to you, miss. How may I be of service? A gentlemanly Highlander, you say? Now that I think of it, I have heard tell of a foreigner who may be the man you seek. Begging your pardons, miss, but did you say you know Inspector Hildebrand? An acquaintance of yours, I presume. I do not know his name, only that he is here by invitation of Lord Edmond. Or so it is rumored. Surely, as a ward of House Fortom, it would be a trifling matter to go and ask him at the manor. Now, hopefully it hasn't been too bad. I only left like an hour ago. An hour and a half closer, but it can't be that bad, right? Quah! I knew it was serendipity. To Fortom Manor. We can just teleport up the last vigil. Holy shit. Really? That's insane. I expected maybe one. To a max of two, but wow. 3 at 8? Like, after 8? That's insane. I'm just glad I wasn't working. Well met. Do you require assistance? Ah, it is as you say. At this time, Lord Edmund is entertaining a foreign guest. Huzzah! We've found the inspector! If I'm not mistaken, their meeting should be ending shortly. If you would like, you may retire to the gazebo and wait for our guest to depart. A gazebo? Aren't those dangerous? Then again, you seem a responsible sort. Not like to let a wild gazebo run amok. Very well, we humbly accept your offer. I don't think you're thinking of the right thing, Nashu. And if it wakes up, I'll have you there to protect me. It's a building. Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't have any comment on that House Fortom Knight. She's a little bit crazy. Interesting that you could calculate the trajectory of his flight, and that led you to Ishgard, but you don't know what a gazebo is. Guess this is what they call intelligence and no wisdom. That must be Inspector Hildebrand. Something tells me it's not. Although it might be. We haven't seen his face yet. I cannot well imagine how arduous your journey must have been. Truth be told, I've found the brisk Gorthan air to be rather invigorating. It stimulates body and mind both. A welcome benefit when one must discuss matters of commerce. I dare say we would not have accomplished so much otherwise. I don't think this is Hildebrand. Hildebrand is not so well spoken. There you are, Inspector. I've been looking all over for you. I say, who do I see before me? Not one, but 2 of my beloved son's faithful companions. Lord Godbert? But But I thought... Hildy? In Ishgard? This is the first I've heard of it. I found you at last, heretic. Who are you talking? Are you talking about Godbirds? Yes, you, the hulking brute with a mad gleam in his eye. Your brazen heresy is plain for all to see. Surrender yourself to the Inquisition at once. I beg your pardon. This man is an Ul'dan merchant, here at the behest of House Forton. Such baseless accusations will not be tolerated. A guest of House Forton? Then he couldn't possibly... Though there were those 2 wards that... But they were acquitted of all charges in a trial by combat. And if he demands the right to... Then I would personally have to... Oh dear. A thousand apologies, good sir. I spoke out of turn. I am Seer, and as you may have guessed, I am an inquisitor who's been charged with investigating reports of a rather suspicious, possibly heretical individual. Ho ho ho! A heretic, you say? One who bears a passing resemblance to me? I, a man, rather muscular, wearing dark garments and acquitting himself in a somewhat gentlemanly fashion, as some might say. This heretic sounds like the spitting image of Inspector Hildebrand. Could he be a fan? Say again, you are acquainted with such a man? Well, I wouldn't say acquainted so much as I have accidentally stumbled into his shenanigans more than once. More than twice. Okay, at least 5 times now. It would seem that our investigations may be connected, so I put you to a proposal. The first reported sightings of the heretic I'm tracking came from Falcon's Nest. Mayhap we should begin the journey there together. It is, after all, possibly we are seeking the selfsame individual. If so, and if he is innocent, it would be for the best that you were present when I apprehend him, that we might resolve this matter without incident. I say we go with him. This looks like our best lead yet. And I shall accompany you all. It has been far too long since I've laid eyes on my beloved son, and if there is a chance we might be reunited, I should be glad to seize it. Then it is settled. We shall leave for the Falcon's Nest at once. So, Falcon's Nest. Something tells me we have gotten ourselves caught up in something... what's the best way to put it? Unfortunate. Let's say that. Hey, Redwald. Any idea where this guy is? I'm looking for a man named Hildebrand. Are these your traveling companions? I know, quite an odd group we have here. The mysterious muscular vagabond. Ah, yes. A patrol sighted him lurking near Dusk Vigil. Thinking he might be a lost traveler, they called out to him, but rather than approach, he fled. Quite frankly, I am surprised you bothered to come all this way. That sighting barely warranted a mention in my report. Haha, the unmistakable scent of heresy. Terribly terribly sorry. Old habit I picked up from my mentor. I know. I will not rush to judgment as before. Still, much as I hope you find your missing inspector, I must confess some small desire that we instead unearth a lingering pocket of heresy. Of late, there have been virtually no confirmed instances of heretical misdeeds. Probably because I would assume this quest is taking place post Heaven's Word, and we kind of dealt with that. It's gotten so bad that some are speculating our funding may need to be reduced. Or worse, the Inquisition's operations might come under review. That is why, Halone as my witness, I will find and bring a heretic to justice and prove that our order still has value in these uncertain times. Yes, I understand you have your reasons, but whether or not this vagabond was a heretic remains to be seen. Still, if you are set upon your course, you might begin your search near Dusk Vigil. An excellent suggestion, Sir Redwold. Should we succeed in our endeavor, rest assured that you will share in the glory. The hunt continues. Onward to the Dusk Vigil. I am told that region is especially cold, so do not forget to dress appropriately for the weather. They're not going to change outfits, are they? Oh god, Godbert's just wearing his normal outfit, just with fluffy boots and fluffy gloves. I can't believe it took me that long to notice that. He took off the jacket. He was wearing the jacket inside the building during his meeting, and he took it off when he left. Oh my lord, these people. I can probably just fly straight for it from here. I don't need to look at the map. Well, but close to Dusk Vigil, he wasn't lying. Godbert, you took off even more clothes. I trust you are managing. Good. It would be a shame if we had to turn back now. This land has a beauty all its own, don't you think? A pity my dear wife isn't here to enjoy it. Look, it's frozen. Wait, does that mean the fish are frozen too? I like how the only one bothered by the cold is the one with the most amount of clothes on. Fury, take me, it's freezing. Bah, this is a waste of time. No living thing could survive in this godforsaken wasteland. Over there, look! Someone's coming from the vigil. Inspector! Inspector, is that you? As I live and breathe. Of all the places to be reunited with Master Zombibrand's compatriots. How fare you all this fine morning? Hark! A heretic raised from the dead by his brother's unholy magics. He's not a heretic. He's one of the gentle dead men. What brings you so far from Ul'dah, good sir? Well, as you know, ours is a rather lonely existence, so when we heard rumors of an abandoned fortress held by zombies, we were delighted. I was chosen to serve as an emissary and set out immediately. Alas, it seems my efforts were for naught. Ah, truly? Every last one dead? That is to say, irrevocably dead. If it was necessary, then so be it. Still, after coming all this way, it is more than a little disappointing, you understand? Then, my calculations were wrong? The inspector didn't land in Corthus? Now, do not fret so. If it is our overlord you seek, then you are in luck. As the founder of the Gentle Dead Men, our fates and our ether are inextricably entwined. In fact, I can feel it calling to me now. Truly, good sir, you can guide us to Inspector Hildebrand? As surely as my rotting nose can lead me to fresh brains. Follow me, my friends. One must remain vigilant for heresy, for it can manifest in myriad ways. 'Tis a vile, insidious sickness which must needs be burned out ere the infection takes hold. Surely zombification would qualify, yes? Confound it, they left us behind. The good dead men aren't really that bad. I mean, they're zombies, but, you know, they're good zombies? I don't know. Who do they think they are, commandeering this investigation and employing a zombie as a bloodhound? It beggars belief. We must regain control of the situation. With me. Oh, this is gonna go really well for you, huh? Probably as well as the last assistant inspector we had on the case. Don't call it a comeback. Sickness is wont to fester and spread, yes? Is it truly safe to consort with this man? Simply basking in this magnificent scenery fills me with inspiration. I'm not fucking saying that. Hold a moment, my friends. I must needs concentrate. Master Zombibrand is indeed nearby. But there is also something else. Mayhap a powerful magic, confounding my senses. I can guide you no further. We must needs split up and search the area. Now, see here, these wastes are infested with wild beasts, and you would have us split up? She can handle herself true, and you've clearly no reason to fear death, but what of Mistress Noshu? Ah, I take your meaning, my good zombie. Pray see to this lady's protection. Inquisitor Seer, would you care to take the lead? Come on, you two. The inspector is out there somewhere. Those sculpted legs and gentlemanly trousers. I know them. Look, that's got to be the inspector. Yeah, the leg poking out between the two beasts. And he's surrounded by giant, fluffy, man-shaped gazebos. Nay, my lady, they are not mere gazebos. Note their regal bearing. They are gentlemen gazebos. Fearsome yet fastidious foes, who would surely tear me rotting limb from rotting limb. Only the Warrior of Light can save Master Zombiebrand now. I like how every time we fucking, every single time we interact with this group, we just kind of get dragged into the shenanigans. Also, my computer volume is a little loud. Turned it down a bit, shouldn't affect the stream. My personal audio. Inspector, can you hear me? We've been looking all over for you. Oh, but this just won't do. We've got to get you out of there before you catch cold. I don't think that's how that works. Forgive me. If I pull any harder, my arms are like to tear. Ah, there you are. We heard shouting. Have you perchance found something? Fury, take me! Is that my heretic? Confound it, I wanted him alive! Inspector Hildebrand is definitely not a heretic, and he's probably not dead either. He's just hibernating, like last time. Hildy ever was a late riser. Fear not, my wife and I have had our ways of waking him. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no, fuck. Hildebrand. Oh, I didn't even get to read that. Right this instant. Poor Seer. Hey, Hildy. You're just gonna pile drive him back into the ground at this rate. I'm not sure what you expected. Was it the Manderville Meteor Strike or the Manderville Meteor Drive? Bah! Maybe Julian was right. Trying to name everything only leads to needless confusion. One more time, then. Out you go. Hello. Splendidly suplexed, Lord Godbert. Where am I? The snowy wastelands of Corthis? And who are these people I see before me? Ah, but of course. Who else would venture into inhospitable climes and wake me from slumber, sweet but my beloved fans? Why do I feel as though, I've stepped through a portal into an alternate reality unbound by the lies of logic? Yeah, that's how I feel. You get used to it. I like that smile, like, yeah, this is totally normal. This is just how things are with this. What is that? A mammoth? Where did it come from? It's a little black mage. Oh, it's adorable. Oh, that? When my father drove me into the earth, I found it buried beneath the snow. That's a terrifying sight. Sorry, I wanted to take a screenshot of that, of this fucking picture. Hold on. In fact, scroll lock? There we go. Nashu, please. Note the firm, muscular legs, not unlike my own. 'Tis clearly a Lalafelian boy. Now that you mention it, I suppose his features are rather masculine. You two cannot possibly be serious. I am the very soul of seriousness, good sir, especially in matters of deduction. This is undoubtedly a young boy who, much like myself, fell into a deep slumber upon being buried beneath the snow. Now then, let us gently wake him and ascertain his identity. Gently? Okay, that's another fucking screenshot worthy fucking moment. What is this place? Who am I? What the fuck is that face? That was the fucking weirdest face I've ever seen. I remember nothing. Oh, I didn't mean to click on Hildy. I wanted to click on Ashu and hear her dialogue, but that's fine. It would seem that although father's ungentle ministrations served to restore this young boy to life, they also robbed him of his memory. How did I get here? Who am I? Why can I not remember? Do not worry, young man. Everything will be all right. Take it from me. I have lost my memory more times than I can even remember. Then can you help me to remember? Hearken to me now, for I, Hildebrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, we do hereby swear to solve the mystery of the amnesiac Hobbledehoy. Hobbledehoy? What? Wonderful, wonderful. I'll get started on a batch of Nashu's delights. Effective as your explosives were in the past, I suspect that young Gigi lacks the hearty constitution required to survive such an approach. Gigi? Is that my name? When you woke, you were muttering G. I suspect the phrase may hold some significance to you. So until such time as we learn your real name, I say why not adopt it as a playful moniker? It's not the most asinine thing you've ever said, Hildebrand. Honestly, it's one of the more reasonables. But That's just a sound all mammoths make. What kind of imbecile goes and names a mammoth Gigi anyway? Gigi. I like this name. Thank you, kind sir. But how will this new name help me to remember who I am? Patience, Gigi. This is only the beginning. Next, we will return to the city and see if we cannot find any who know who you are. Come along. Completely ignoring the fact we have no idea how long he was buried under there. And since he was buried so deep that Hildebrand had to be pile drove back into the snow and ice, he's probably been there for a while. Now that I know our overlord is safe and sound, I too must take my leave of you and return to my brothers. I dare say rigor mortis will set in if I remain here any longer. Bound for Thanalan? Then allow me to accompany you. Julian will give me no end of trouble if I keep her waiting much longer, though perhaps she will forgive me once I tell her of Hildy's return. This is a rather lot to digest, though you have the look of one accustomed to such happenings. In any case, regardless of Mistress Nashu's protestations, the inspector will not be granted access to the capital until we can confirm that he is not a heretic. You have my word that he will be treated fairly. He's just a bumbling idiot that fancies himself a gentleman, the inspector. You can't really fault the guy. He's not a heretic. He's probably been asleep in that ice ever since he launched off into the stratosphere at the end of the Realm Reborn series of quests. Back to Foundation. Fury take me, that man. Ah, Warrior of Light. I suppose you've heard the news, then? That Inspector Hildebrand was cleared of all suspicion and judged to be no more than an eccentric curiosity. If you're looking for him, good luck. I wanted to thank him for his cooperation, but as soon as the Temple Knights released him, he and his assistant ran off to God's nowhere with that mammoth in tow. As for my investigation, in spite of all the twists and turns, I managed to salvage a satisfactory result. As far as the Inquisition is concerned, the suspicious vagabond was not more than a zombie, which wandered away from Dusk Vigil, sickness which has since been purged. So it would seem that all is right with the world once more. For now, I have no doubt that the Inspector will turn up again like a bad gill, and when he does, trouble is sure to follow. Ooh, new title card. Oh, new fancy title card. Love that. Gentleman Inspector Hildebrand. Seer must once more enter a world he does not quite understand. I pray this day finds you well, or at least better than it finds me. It seems I have no choice but to seek out that inspector and convince him to surrender up his mammoth to me. 'Twas unearthed under most suspicious circumstances, after all, and who can say what secrets or heresy it might hold. Therefore, the Inquisition would conduct a thorough inspection, and if needs must, destroy it. Given his affinity for the contraption, I fear the inspector may not be amenable to my request. Nevertheless, he must be made to see that it is in the interest of public safety. Would you be willing to help me persuade him? Fury be praised. At least you have seen reason. Let us pray he will as well. I'm given to understand that while the inspector and his assistant have been wandering all over the city with the mammoth in tow, they often frequent the gazebo near Fortom Manor. With any luck, they will be there now. Isn't she adorable? I thought we figured out he was a guy. Wait, no, he's a mammoth. He doesn't have a gender. To the very pinnacle of the heavens. I mean, I will admit this little black mage, mammoth is adorable. I want him. He's so cute. Verily, we shall all scour all creation, from the deepest pits of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for the answers we seek. Every day shall be filled with grand adventures and the stuff of fairy tales and legends. Huzzah! A grand adventure in the deepest pit of the seven hells. Just so. Such as the creed of Hildebrand, agent of enquiry, inspector extraordinaire. Oh my god, you even taught him the pose! Well posed, Chi-Chi. Well posed. I dare say you have the potential to be an exemplary inspector someday. Right, that's enough of that. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine, I hereby command you surrender that mammoth of suspected heretical origin into my custody. Why, hello there, Warrior of Light and Inquisitor Seer. Ever the jester, accusing poor Gigi of being a clockwork heretic, when 'tis plain to see he is merely a precocious young lad. Oh, there you go again, confusing the poor girl. As if those big, beautiful, boxy eyes are the soul of femininity. Oh, God, this just keeps getting worse and worse. Oh, fuck. Nashu, please, were you not witness to the magnificent display of Mandevillian masculinity mere moments ago? It's because you haven't taught her any better. She needs a proper role model to show her what's what. We've gotten quite attached to Hildebrand. We're just like, yeah. We can hear you from the courtyard. Oh, Edmond. Oh, Lord Edmond, my sincerest apologies for the disturbance. I am come to seize this mammoth on behalf of the Inquisition, a fact which I clearly explained to the inspector before you arrived. At which point they set to bickering about the contraption's gender. What say you, my lord? Do you think Gigi is a boy or a girl? 'Tis clearly a strapping young lad, no? Oh, you are not having a good time, Seer, buddy. Fury take me, not you too. Has the whole world gone mad? Fine, but even supposing that this Gigi is a real boy, you cannot deny that the circumstances of his discovery and miraculous resuscitation were most unusual. He cannot be suffered to roam the city with impunity until the Inquisition has determined he is not a threat. I beg your pardon? Miraculous resuscitation? I see. Until such time as Gigi recovers his memory, mayhap it would be best if you adopted him as a ward of House Manderville. I will even stand as witness here and now, if you wish. Adopt? That would make me Gigi's father? That's not really what he meant, but sure. Doubtless the Inquisition would think better of taking any action which might threaten the cordial relationship between our two houses. Yes, of course. I'll do it. I, Hildebrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby grant this child the patronage of House Manderville. Oh my god. Inspector's finally become a father. It's so beautiful. Quite. Now, if you no longer fear the Inquisition, you are free to show Gigi more of our fair city. Indeed, I strongly encourage you do so. Mayhap by the grace of the Fury, something will jog his memory. Thank you, Lord Edmond. I shall not forget this kindness. Come, my faithful assistant, my beloved son, we must away. What is happening? Why is this even more absurd than the first one? Oh, hello, May. I would not presume to question your grand design, but gah, confound it all. Well, mayhap I cannot detain the mammoth, but I am still within my rights to observe the blasted thing. Lord Godbert will be pleased to hear that his son is hale and healthy as ever. Not that I would ever presume to meddle in the affairs on another father's behalf, and certainly not without consent. What the fuck? Come now, Gigi. Surely gazing upon this wondrous work of Ishgardian architecture stirs something within your soul. This grand manor of House Durin Meltempsart? Pray do not fill the mammoth's head with such nonsense. That is the supreme sacred tribunal of Hellenic inquisitory doctrine. I should know. I work there. Furthermore, I am quite certain there is no house Durin Meltempsart, as that is a rather ludicrous portmanteau of the four high houses, including the esteemed house, which recently stood as witness to your adoption. Well, Gigi, do you remember anything? No, nothing. I say, rather than parading about before the grandiose, why not give him a taste of something more prosaic? Let us make our way to the holy stables, that he might bask in the singular sights, sounds, and smells of Ishgard's famous chocobos. You are clearly not happy with this, but I can't really blame you. If I was an outsider to the events, I'd probably be absolutely livid too. But after a while, you just get used to the utter fascination of how reality and things seem to just break down when these two are on screen. Patience, patience. A wretched heretic, a watched heretic, never sins. Such noble creatures, chocobos, and how many halcyon days did I pass in the saddle, racing across the windswept plains. So if I wanted hair that color, I'd have to eat plums, fall fruits, and pineapples. But how many? Splendid specimens of horsebird flesh, would you not agree? In the hands of a skilled jockey, any one of them could take first place at the saucer. These chocobos are the pride of Ishgardian cavalry, and any temple knight who dared exploit them for personal gain would answer to the Fury herself. How about now, Gigi? Do you remember anything about Ishgard? Be sure to sniff the chocobos. It might help. It didn't. You know, just because you found him in a Korthan snowbank doesn't mean he hails from Ishgard. Which is why we ought to try taking him to the markets and exposing him to all manner of goods from across Eorzea. Excellent suggestion, Inquisitor. Wait, am I now complicit in this farce? Fury, forgive me. Don't nod at him like, yep, you're an accomplice now. Like, yep, you're fucked. Good luck. But I want one. I want one. Buy me a chocobo. Please, Father. Father, that strange-looking thing is staring at us. Wait, was that... Am I that strange-looking? Hold on. Did I see something in this? Did I... And maybe I'm crazy, but didn't I just see, like, something hiding back here? Hold on. Hold on. I need to know I'm not crazy. Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube VOD. You wanna let me go back a couple seconds and see if I was, right? Hello, YouTube VOD. I am watching alongside you now, for a second here. I just want to see and make sure I didn't see something. There's totally something there. Hold on. My quality is not high enough. The bitrate is fucking me. I see something poking its head out. I swear. There's definitely something moving. That's not snow. There's no way it's snow. And I don't see what it could be from that angle. Because it seemed like something was, like, here-ish. But it was small, like Lalafell size. Maybe it was just an animation that somebody... Maybe an NPC in the background. But I swear. I'm gonna miss you, free movement button, when I start Shadowbringers. Although I guess I'll have a dash, technically. Receive your orders, detain your heretic, meet your quota, Fury take me. It used to be so simple. Frightening on occasion, I grant you, but with my mentor's little episodes, but simple nonetheless. What if I picked one with my eyes closed and gave it as a name they give to myself? Ooh, I wonder what I'd get me. Oh, no, not you. These goods would fetch a high price in Ul'dah. Why bother? It's no use. Now, Gigi, you must not give in to despair so easily. Did I not promise you days filled with grand adventures and eventually discovery of your mislaid memories? Spirits, Gigi, spirits! Oh, that's gonna be an expensive thing to replace. My word! A vase flung to the ground with reckless abandon. Could this be the opening salvo of an indiscriminate campaign of vandalism? Hildebrand, I saw your facial expression. There's no way you didn't realize you knocked that over. You know full and damn well what you just did. One waged by your wild gesticulations, perhaps. At least look before you strike a pose. The gods only know how much that vase cost. 123,504,000 gil at last assessment. It was over 700 years old and graced the homes of a dozen archbishops, 8 counts, 2 lord commanders, and 1 duke. 100 million gil! Oh! Oh, Helone, why have you forsaken me? Time magic? Huh. Well, would you look at that? Even we were like, what the fuck? Although, to be fair, it's kind of your fault for leaving a 100 million gil vase just sitting on the edge of a countertop. It's a miracle. Nay, the divine intervention of the Fury herself. Did I do that? Chi-Chi, my boy, that was marvelous. You are a born artisan just like father. Papa Hildy's papa? Your grandpapa, Godbird, the man who woke you with a few gentle taps to your noggin. You wouldn't believe what else he can do with that hammer of his. Some folks say he wields the very powers of life and death. Once he and the missus come back from their tour of the Western Highlands, I'm sure they'd love to see that trick of yours. Do not demean this mammoth's power as a mere parlor trick. We just witnessed a miracle, and I demand that you all acknowledge it. Sir, I say, sir, 100 million gil for the mammoth, nay, 100 million gil and the Duke's priceless face. My word, is this what passes for trade in Ishgard? Gigi is my flesh and blood. I will not sell him at any price. Please, Papa Hildy, no more. I know you mean well, but we can deny the truth no longer. I am a mammoth. Gigi, whatever has gotten into you? You are my son. You are a Manderville man. Listen to your papa, Gigi. You're a Manderville girl through and through. Oh, damn. Having some family trouble, eh, Hildy? Ah, the unmistakable scent of, well, perhaps not heresy exactly. Regardless, that mammoth's power cannot be allowed to fall into the wrong hands. Oh, children do say the most hurtful things. Well, it's only to be expected. Gigi is at a rebellious age. Strange as it may sound, I too tested my parents' patience, and that on more than one occasion. But if they could weather the storm, then so can I. I say we find out what's got him thinking he's a mammoth. But he is a mammoth. How can you not... Oh, never mind. The course of fatherhood never did run smooth, but I, Hildebrand, guardian of Gigi, doting parent extraordinaire, shall find a way to overcome this trial and be reconciled with my beloved son. That's the spirit. Solving a simple case of childhood rebellion should be easy for a man who's unmasked thieves, defeated duelists, and led armies of the undead. Yes, that's all very... Wait, what was that about the undead? Actually, don't tell me. For now, all that matters is finding that mammoth. We should begin by speaking with the sentry stationed at the city gates and the airship landing. If, Fury help us, he has left Ishgard, we need to know about it sooner rather than later. I will visit the Ark of the Worthy while the inspector and his assistant head to the airship landing. You can question the guard at the gate near the manufactory, after which we will regroup there and share our findings. Dismissed. Well, honestly, I'm just, I'm just glad that I didn't have to pay, that nobody had to pay that 100 million gil. Hey, have you seen a mammoth go through here? Little fellow with a wide-brimmed hat? Nah, he came through here. Bought passage on a supply ship bound for Falcon's Nest. One of them was the name Lalafels, right? Funny little buggers. Seemed keen to be anywhere but here. Well, if Gigi left the city, it was not by the main gates. And the sentries at the airship landing have seen no one matching his description. Falcon's Nest? Fury take me, must we return to that freezing pit of despair? Wherever Gigi goes, I must, and will follow him and find him and embrace him as my son once more. However, I surmise our final destination lies far beyond the walls of said outpost. Indeed, there is but one reason he would return to those frozen wastes. To frolic in the snow and cast his worries to the winds. Really? He seemed in no mood to frolic when I last saw him. As I recall, he used his arcane powers to mend a vase, only to become morose and belligerent when it came clear to him that he was in fact a mammoth. One might even say he remembered what he was, remembered his purpose, and so he returned to Western Corthus, that famous breeding ground for heresy, where we first found him. Home to his heretic masters, and to share with them the intelligence he had gathered on the city. At long last, the undeniable, the unquestionable, the unmistakable scent of heresy. Oh my god, you are as dumb as Hildebrand. What are we standing around for? We have a heretic to catch. Inspector, I'm starting to think that Inquisitor Seer might not think very highly of our little girl. It is possible, but I would not presume to know his feelings ere he voiced them explicitly. He literally just did. Until such time as he does, we should endeavor to surreptitiously bring him round to the opinion that Gigi is a boy of pure heart and good intent. Subtlety in all things Nashu, that is the Mandeville way. Well, he can't get far. If nothing else, he's very small, and thus should be easy to track down. Aw, even her footprints are adorable. They almost look like they were made by one of those clockwork minions. I would know those tiny footprints anywhere. Gigi came this way. Aha! I knew it. The Babbitt immediately left the outpost and looks to have headed north along by the river. By the Fury, I cannot wait to finally catch him in the company of heretics. I don't much like your tone, Inquisitor. If our baby girl ran afoul of any heretic, she'd look them square in the eye and tell them that she doesn't want any. Hey, Inspector, I think I just had one of those moments. You know, of insight. Maybe Gigi came out here to find Lord Godbert. And I did tell her grandpapa might like to see that trick of hers. Brilliant deduction, Nashu. He must be eager to meet his grandparents. The selfsame ones he renounced when he declared you were not his father? Aha! What a waste! What a fine gentleman, eager to explore his heritage. Let us make haste, my friends, for a reunion of 3 generations of Mandervilles beckons. I really can't be bothered. Alright, footprints. The mammoth lies motionless in the snow. Fragments of ice stuck to its cap, suggesting the impact of something small and round traveling at high speed. He got into a snowball fight. And lost horribly. Are you doing okay, buddy? My head. Who? Oh, it's you. You followed me. Oh, Gigi, if you wanted to have a snowball fight with your grandparents, you should have said so earlier. Papa Hildy was very worried, though he is glad to see that you are unharmed. It would seem he was struck by a snowball, much like these Stein blocks. These dead Stein blocks. Are you sure he isn't damaged? As if a mere blow to the head could fell our Gigi. We Mandervilles are made of sterner stuff. I myself have been driven headfirst into the earth on no more than 24 occasions. Several times from malms above, and my mind is no less brilliant for the experience. That's debatable. But I guess it is impressive you've lived this long. I expect the Earth was no less for the experience. Why are you nodding? Oh, he's behind me, isn't he? What good fortune to cross paths with you lot so far from civilization. Forgive me for not taking notice earlier. I was engrossed in my duel with Julian. But how rude of me. Would you care to join us? Mama Nashews, as you wield the powers of life and death. I beg you, Grandpa Godbert, grant me life. Make me a real boy. Okay, that was his takeaway? Okay. I don't think he actually can do that, but I'd be glad to be proven wrong. Are you sure about this, son? It may sting a little. I don't know, I'm doing Southern all of a sudden. I will endure whatever I must to become a real boy. Okay, now you're smart enough to back up. At least you learned after the first time. Then let us begin. That kind of worked? This body, it's everything I ever wanted. It's perfect. Thank you, Grandpapa Godbert. Thank you. Oh, but I have not even begun to begin. Byregot, guide my hammer. Oh, for fuck's sake. Did it work, though? I mean, that's the important thing. Oh my god, he's buff as... he is buff as fuck! What the fuck? Well, I mean, I guess it works. I guess. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Give me a second. Oh, God. Ugh. Papa Hildy, I'm... Okay, hold on. Let me think about this. I was doing, like, a robot voice before that was, like, higher pitch. Papa Hildy, I'm a Manderville man. Gigi, my son, come to your father. Let me have a look at you. Okay, like 80%, no, not even 80, like 95% chance this ends horrifically. There's no way this is simply a slow-mo run into a hug. Something's about to go really poorly. Wait, why is the snow coming down at normal motion? Are they just running in slow... His cape is flowing in normal motion. I can't tell if this is done in slow... Why did he lift his arm up like that? Oh, God. Oh, no, that's a limit break. Ooh, God. If you weren't a Manderville man, you would probably have a broken jaw right about now. But at least Hildebrand looks happy. Now that brings back some memories. Papa Hildy, oh dear, Who could have done such a thing? By the Fury, it's like just like the vase all over again, miraculously restored to its original form. Yeah, you've got some, like, strong temporal magic going on there, GG. What's up with that? GG, my boy, upon further consideration, I believe that this body may suit you best. It is, how shall I put this, more manageable. And much more adorable. But how can I ever be accepted as your son if I remain a mammoth? Is that what's been troubling you all this time? But why didn't you say so? A Mandeville is more than mere flesh and bone. He has vigor, compassion, honor, a gentleman for all seasons. Be you man or machine, it makes no difference. If they call you a mammoth, you look them in the eye and say, "Nay, I am a Manderville mammoth." Mother, father, forgive me for not consulting with you earlier, but circumstances forced my hand. I have formally adopted Gigi as my son and ward of House Manderville. Ye gods, I knew he was fond of the mammoth, but did you hear that, woman? Our son's gone and got himself a son! This is a surprisingly touching little quest. It all makes sense now. Grandpapa Godbert and Grandmama Julian. I've been waiting for years to hear those words. Few things in life are grander than becoming a grandparent, as they say. Ha ha ha. Oh no. Oh, no. And what's so bloody grand about it? Yeah, that would be my reaction. The look of terror. Like, it doesn't matter if we're the Warrior of Light. This, oh my lord. I'll not be made grandmother to a bloody buggering mammoth. It's past time I beat some sense into my beloved boy. Fury, take me. I've heard the tales of Dark Knights before, but no, it couldn't be. I was thinking something far worse. Heretical like as not, but rules be damned, I'm not risking my life to find out. You doing okay, Seer, buddy? You good? Probably not, but, at least you're trying. They're mad. Utterly mad, the whole damn lot of them. How their house could rise to such prominence, I'll never understand. Well, at least the mammoth seems to have overcome its existential crisis. Before today, I didn't even know a mammoth could have an existential crisis. Wait, what am I saying? It's a mammoth! Why should I care what it claims to think or feel? Fury take me, their idiocy is infectious. I mustn't allow myself to fall prey to it. Follow procedure, report to your superior, one step at a time. One step at a time. Oh, who are you lot? Actual heretics? Now that would be a twist. Back to Foundation. Okay, so doing the Hildebrand stuff might take a little longer than I thought. I don't know why I thought I might have been done in an hour and a half. I am clearly mistaken, and it'll clearly take us a bit to get through both Heavensward and Stormblood Hildebrand. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to be on, I think I'm going to do an extra stream Saturday or Sunday anyway of this, so it's fine. We'll get by. Again, the goal is to start Shadowbringers middle or end of next week, and the week after at the latest, mainly because I have to do some more leveling with Gunbreaker, and I got to do some more practice anyway, so I can't start, I really can't start Shadowbringers right now anyway. Right then, my superiors have been informed of the mammoth's adoption by House Mandeville, as witnessed by House Forton, and proceeded to take me to task for my gross mishandling of the situation. They remain convinced that the mammoth is the product of heretical machinations, and have commanded me to redouble my efforts to prove this incontrovertible fact. That may prove problematic, however, as GG seems to have forsaken his quest to recover his memories and thrown himself wholly into his new life as a Manderville mammoth, casting about any hint of a case alongside his doting father. In any event, though, I do not share my superior's conviction. I think it's safe to say there's something exceedingly unusual about that mammoth. You saw with your own eyes how effortlessly it restored that phase, and itself to its original form. Reconstructive magics are not particularly rare, but his are unlike any I have ever seen before. Alright, we're gonna get this title card drop after every single, oh my god. I wasn't expecting the buff GG jump scare. Holy fuck. That you stand here before me is proof that Helone still smiles upon me to this day. I've need of your assistance, and before you think to run away screaming in terror, I pray you hear me out. It concerns the esteemed, and now missing and presumed dead, Knights of the Heavensward. None have returned to the capital since all the unpleasantness began, yet recently we have heard rumors of these honored sirs walking the streets. 'Tis heresy most foul, I say, and I mean to get to the bottom of it. But we will need all the help we can get, which means, Fury take me, we could benefit from a certain individual's serendipity. Besides, if we don't seek him out, he's like to show up at the worst possible time anyway. At least this way it'll be on our terms, and we can keep an eye on that boy. Mammoth! Mammoth! Right, yes. You must be wondering why I asked you to come. Well, you and the inspector seem to enjoy a natural rapport, so... Praise Helone. For a moment I was afraid you'd make me beg. This may well be my last chance to prove my worth and my superiors, and if I can't... It's a 4 times manner. Because, Gigi, such behavior is unbecoming of a gentleman. But why, Papa Hildy? Why is it unbecoming of a gentleman? Ah, Inquisitor Seer, the Warrior of Light, good morrow to you both. Are you come as adoring fans or on business? Business. Always business, you may rest assured. Then I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am at your service. Is it robbery? Murder? Tax evasion? Evasion? Wait, before we get into that, what's going on here? Much as it pains me to admit, my beloved Gigi, the apple of my eye, the fruit of my loins, not really, attempted to deface this lovely gazebo. Naturally, as his father, it falls to me to see him return to the straight and narrow. That's not true. I was drawing a family crest for our home. Now, Gigi, I know you are fond of this gazebo, as we all are. We all, but it belongs to Lord Edmund. You wouldn't want to steal from Uncle Edmund, would you? I guess not. Then where is our gazebo, Papa Hildy? And does it have a warm stove with a steaming kettle, too? Oh, Gigi, don't you see? We have no needs of kettles or gazebos. As gentlemen inspectors, the world is our oyster. We can go whither we please, where the red fern grows or the wild rose blooms. And yet you've been sleeping in Lord Edmond's gazebo for how long? I don't care about wild roses. I want to live in a gazebo with Papa Hildy and Mama Nashu. Gazebos are quite expensive and dangerous if not domesticated. Dangerous indeed, my boy. And besides, we are gentlemen inspectors free to travel the length and breadth of Eorzea in search of a case. Does that not sound more thrilling than whittling away the hours beneath the gazebo? I guess. If it's a case you want, you need not go so far. We're currently investigating reports of individuals masquerading as Knights of the Heaven's Word. These contemptible charlatans are rumored to have tricked several hapless maidens into attending private parties for a small fee, with the promise of enjoying the company of these great sirs. Those who were foolish enough to attend found their experiences to be so traumatizing that they have refused to discuss them in detail. Needless to say, your assistance in this matter would be greatly appreciated, and for it you shall receive due compensation. Say no more, Inquisitor, say no more. I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am well versed in the ways of the fairer sex. Since when? Mummy, Mother dearest, I was under the impression that you had departed for Ulda. And leave my beloved boy to keep playing at being an inspector as well as a father to a bloody mammoth. Bugger that, you're coming home right this instant. How can you say such things? It is my life's calling to be an inspector, and Gigi is my son. He is a Manderville man. Grand as it is to see you, you have come at a most inopportune time. The young women, if of Ishgard, are in need of a champion to defend them from the fiends most foul. Come, Nashu, come, Gigi. We shall demonstrate to my mother our peerless investigative skills and bring these criminals to justice. Those balls, he's stubborn. Probably gets it from his sorry arse of a father. I trust you lot'll help me keep him out of trouble. Right then, come along. Well, that could have gone better and worse. Let's not keep them waiting. Not you. Oh yeah, you know, it kind of occurred to me that of course they can't be the Knights of the Heavensward, because I killed all of them, so kind of hard for them to be that. Papa Hildy, Papa Hildy. That grandmama over there is staring at us. Now, Gigi, a gentleman must be more careful with his words. First of all, you have only one grandmother. Second, and this is tremendously important, never, ever call her that. At least, not yet. Promise? Yes, Father. I promise not to call Grandmama Julian Grandmama Julian. Greetings, milady. Oh, ain't you the charmer? And there I was thinking I might have to rip your bloody head off if you said the G word one more time. Like that, Papa Hildy? Ah, my faithful assistants, have you gleaned any new information? Other than the fact that these women's scorns seem to detest the fake knights with every fiber of their being. These two women were telling me what they'd do if they cornered Sir... Is this the best you can do, then? Bloody oaths and girlish fantasies, and you call yourself a Manderville man. I assure you, Mother, we're only just getting started. The tapestry of lies and deception behind which the truth hides is oft unraveled with the tug of a single loose thread. I say, young lady, I would beg but a moment of your time. Somehow, I doubt that young lady was targeted by the charlatans we seek. Aye, 'tis true. I too was taken in by the false promises of those awful, awful men. Long have I yearned for a chance to meet Sir Velgwyn, so when they said I finally could, I didn't hesitate for even a moment. But when they escorted me to the manor and undid the blindfold, and I looked upon the hideous faces of those so-called Grand Sirs, I screamed and fled. They were gone, and which I returned with the watch, but their neighbors said they had overheard them speaking about seeking shelter in a place called Idleshire. I know it's not much, but I pray this information helps you in your search. My lady, I swear to you, here and now, I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall not rest until these dastardly fiends are punished for their foul crimes. Huzzah! 3 cheers for Papa Hildy. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. And there you have it. Our quarry can be found in Idleshire. Come, my loyal assistants. Justice waits for no gentleman. That's all in well and good, but I've never heard of this Idleshire. Have you? You mean we're to travel to the Dravinian hinterlands? Right now? Just like that? Yeah, it's kind of what I do. I literally travel from, there was this one time I had to travel all the way from here back to Ul'dah while I'm a wanted criminal in Ul'dah, just so I can, deal with some, issues going on. It's just normal. We go place to place all the time. Besides, hello, Delivery Moogle. Yeah, I'll be taking that. Yeah, I picked this up. I want to make a joke about this because I picked this up from the online store a few days ago because I found it. I thought of it as a reward for making an alt and doing some co-op content with friends and all that shit. So I bought the 8-player mount that's available on the store. So I was going to make a joke something along the lines of, I've got a mount that could carry us all. I could just take us there. But, little mistimed. I should have picked up the mail earlier and then, missed opportunity. Alright, where are these assholes? Bloody waste of time. So, that was a harrowing journey, during which I felt certain I would die horribly, or at least be forced to part ways with my precious bits. Oh, can I keep one? I promise I'll walk him and feed him and put fresh herbs on his mask every day. Those are goblins. I don't think you can do that. This place feels somehow familiar, but I can't possibly have come here before, right? Truly, this magnificent settlement is a testament to the hard work and camaraderie of her Uplander and Gobby citizens. Yes, well, I'm just glad we're no longer being pursued by fire-breathing dragons, musket-wielding crabs, or bomb-throwing goblins. The other ones. But they were no match for Lady Juliana and that pen of hers, am I right? I want to see her make the bad gobbies fly again. God's sake, Hildy. Except in the Warrior of Light, this lot'd be dead in a ditch somewhere if it weren't for me. Nonsense! I would never let any harm come to my loyal assistant or my beloved son. If I may interject. Now then, let us split up and question the good people of Idleshire. My keen inspector's sense tells me that one of them has the knowledge of the false knights we seek. Seer, you doing okay, buddy? Nope, don't need that menu. Yes, yes. Loud jocks knows of grand seers. Grand sneaky uplanders keep to selves. Mingle not with gobby flock, but to each to own, Loud Jock says. No questions, only jingly shine. Nope, sorry. Maybe later. Could it be? Wait a minute. Aren't you the same woman we talked to earlier? I mean, the face is one thing. Like, that's a pretty hard face to forget. But the flowers in your hair, give me even more. Alright, I'm keeping my eye on you. Oh, I know all about the Grancers. They keep to themselves in a building of theirs, south of Roundspot. You'd best watch out, though. They're a dangerous bunch, liable to kill you for looking at them cockeyed. It's entirely possible that I've gone completely and utterly mad, but are you perchance the long twin sister of an Ishgardian noblewoman? What? Look behind you! A three-headed Gabu! Why do I feel like I've not seen the last of that old woman? I mean, that was obviously her. Like, there's no doubt in my fucking mind. Oh, you must be talking about them Grand Sirs. They drifted into Idleshire some time ago, as I recall. Pay visits to the Great Library, though I couldn't tell you why. If only we had the testimony of a concerned citizen which could conveniently direct us to the villain's precise location. I have the villain's precise locations. The Grand Sirs are holed up in a building to the south of the markets. Good show. There, that's the one. Come, let's inform the others. Literally right there. Literally in eye shot or eyesight. Twould seem that no one is home. There is naught we can do but wait, then. Papa Hildy. Papa Hildy. I just want to say that I really like this place. I think you and me and Mama Nashu could have lots of exciting adventures if we stay here. You might be right, Gigi. This community seems to have fostered an enlightened, free society, welcoming of honest souls willing to work and contribute to the greater whole. Did anyone happen to see a gazebo on the way in? As I live in Skoll. Hildebrand Helidor Maximilian Manville. Could that be? I say, could that be Slowfix coin toss? Do you know this Gabi, Inspector? I most certainly do. Why, Master Slowfix was my very first employer. When traveling through Litanaline long ago, Gabi Flock was waylaid by Uplander bandits. With no jingly shine to pay brass blades, we had no way to backtake goods. Until we make busy deal with Gentleman Uplander, that is. With fastness, he finds Uplander bandits and brings much bingy boom, and returns to goodly Gabi's missing goods and great justice. Henceforth, Slowfix gains new appreciations for Uplanders. But for chance encounter with Gentleman Uplander, he never conceives an egalitarian utopia. One may even claim Hildy a founding father of Idleshire. With metaphorical tongue flaps, that is. Oh, the memories. It was a near thing, for the bandits were clever enough to see through my ingenious disguise as an innocent milkmaid. But in my haste to escape, I tripped over a barrel of fire sand, and as they say, boom, gobby doom. you thought to disguise yourself as an innocent. You know, that actually tracks, honestly. I forgot he dressed up in the lady's dress from the second case or whatever. Core, no busy deals for the wicked. No busy deals indeed. But leaving that delightful anecdote aside, ye gods, Master Slowfix, just looking at you and your flock have made of these runes is making me big eyes. Gobby flock has come long way since wandering days, but we have not forgotten gentleman Uplander's kindness. Slowfix is here to offer hand-lending. Well, far be it from me to refuse. My son Gigi has grown quite fond of your magnificent city, and I should like to stay here with him and my assistant for a time. We would not require much in the way of accommodations. Humble gazebo, for example, would be more than suffice. Why settle for gazebo and perfectly good estate right behind you? Residents of building in arrears and Slowfix happy to evict them. But we were pursuing the fiends who lived here on suspicion of defrauding young women. Fraud? In Slowfix's egalitarian utopia? This he will not abide. All the more reason to let Gentleman Uplander and his flock stay instead of Grand Sirs. No need for jingly shine either. Huzzah! A giant gazebo to call our own. I do not know what to say. Thank you, Master Slowfix, thank you. No need for teary-eyed tongue flaps. Gobby flock is possessed of moral obligation to repay Gentleman Uplander for past generosity. Enjoy new gazebo, and good luck with hunt for Grand Sirs. Papa Hildy, since this is our gazebo, is it okay if I draw our family crest on it? I can think of no better way to celebrate this joyous occasion, and perhaps draw in the ire of our new home's former tenants. Come, let us go and purchase some paints together. This gazebo shall be your canvas. Now he's gone and gotten himself a sodden gazebo. Bloody hells, if he really thinks I'm going to let him keep on playing being a father. I mean, he's happy, and that's the important thing, right? Not only for Hildebrand, but, you know, a little Gigi as well. I mean, even if he is a mammoth, he's somehow gained at least a modicum of sentience. So it's only fair that we treat him like a normal person. I love it. It's adorable. I wonder if that's permanently there on this map now. That would be funny. Yeah, I don't think they're coming back. It was a nice thought, though. I love... Why? Oh, that's the reason his one eye has a circle on it, is because of his monocle. Okay, that makes more sense. Still no sign of the notorious Grand Sirs. I dare say we're going to need more paint.
How do you like my family crest? Oh, maybe I should have also painted Grandpapa Godbert and Milady Julian. Gigi's so talented, just like her grandpapa. That old woman must have followed us here from Ishgard. She's involved in this, that much is clear, but the question is how. Even supposing I was to turn a blind eye to his shenanigans, this is no place to raise a child. Much as it pains me to admit it, a gentleman's stamina is not without limits. I dare say I could do with a spot of tea. Hey, Inspector, is it just me, or have those two been looking at us for the past few minutes? They're not moving very fast. We can easily catch up to them. Let's stop. I mean, fine. Oh, 'tis quite normal behavior for my adoring fans, I should think, when finally presented with an opportunity to meet their idol in the flesh. All too many succumb to their fear and flee. Or maybe, just maybe, they're the Grand Bloody Seers. Come on, they're getting away. Nope, I thought the game crashed for a second there. It froze up. Yep, that's just part of the map now, huh? Alright, I'm down. That's fine with me. Don't trust anyone over 60. Okay. The game's trying to give me advice. I'm not sure if it's good advice, but alright. Fury, take me. I haven't run like that since Sir Chari Bear chased me up and down the steps of faith, brandishing a flaming... Wait, where is Gigi? Spare the flaming rod, spoil the milk slop. Where could those two have got to? Hearken to me, you you dastardly rapscallions. You have nowhere to run. Reveal yourselves at once. I shall not ask you again. Come forth, grand sirs, name yourselves, and answer for your misdeeds. Why are they old? This explains a lot about the quest name. And why people were so off-put. Slayer of 1,000 worms, the silver spear which hath pierced the very heavens. Orland. Master of magics, ancient and awesome, the divine hand which hath defeated all maladies, save senescence and incontinence. Goonspart. Grand Sirs, Excelsior. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Mayhap both. Grandsires, grandsirs, you stand accused of willfully and unlawfully convincing young maidens of Ishgard to attempt private parties under false pretenses, thereby inflicting upon them terrible financial and emotional distress. I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am come on behalf of these poor defenseless innocents, and to see that no others are made to suffer as they did. Now lay down your arms and surrender yourselves into my custody. The audacity of this boy. You should feel ashamed of your words and deeds. Nashu, you will rue this day and rue it hard. God, how I've missed this. The air streaming past, the blood pumping, the taste of copper on my lips, the slight dizziness. Oh, it was a day on like this that we met, wasn't it? And when we soared into those azure skies, we never truly came back down. You good? Do mine eyes deceive? Pig's knee of my heart, descendant from Halone's halls to guide me to her bosom? My beloved, my everything, long have I waited for this moment. Take me in your arms once more and lift me higher, higher, higher. What the fuck is happening? What? He died. He died right there and then. Orland. 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 Oh, I see. Oh my god. Alas, poor Orland. I knew him not in the slightest, but he seems a decent man. Chicanery and attempted murder notwithstanding. You will rue this day and rue it hard. And so let me guess, he got into the air, passed out due to like lack of oxygen, and came crashing down to Earth? Oh, yeah, there's the spear. Wait, I've seen this before. All too recently. Yes, anyway, he's only mostly dead. If the Master of Magic's ancient and awesome here acts with all haste, the man may yet be saved. Why are you looking around like that? Like, oh, you are referring to me. I see. With all haste, was it? Yes, I'll get right on that. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command that I may smite. Wait, no, that's not good. Let me see. Something of a rather less controversial tradition, yes. Something with more pep. A vortex of biting winds to rend the flesh. That's not really healing. And smite my foes. I think you finished the job, buddy. Foes? I thought you were friends. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is going on? Say, Intranet bugger me with a bleeding gale bulg. My back! My back! 'Twould seem I've underestimated you lot. That makes two of us? Enough. Leave them be, or do you not care what becomes of the mammoth? Gigi, but when? How? Oh, you fuck. Alright. I thought I recognized you. First in Ishgard, then in Idleshire. You've been following us since we left the capital. Bearer of faces fair and fearsome, the midnight shadow which hath deceived kings and queens. Doris? Wow, really intimidating. I am mortified. I do not know how I'm going to fight this. I am trembling in fear. You can't possibly have been so naive as to think we'd not seen through your ridiculous disguises. And yet here you are, so effortlessly and easily lured into our trap, for which we are most grateful, mind. My companions are hardly cut out for life on the road. All has been in preparations for this moment. The parties, the petty schemes, from the first. The objective of this grand design has been this singular mammoth. I swear to you, if you harm Gigi in any way, we have no desire to hurt the boy. We but require his help to reclaim that which is so rightfully ours, our youth. Confound it, I can't see. Damn, they're very slowly getting away. Are we gonna stop them, or... Stay strong, my son. I swear I shall find you. We could just... But they're right. But... Seer... Remind me again why we didn't just... You know... Fine job he did protecting that mammoth of his, huh? Do you think they're headed for the old mill? If not, can we go? If not, can we go anyway? I haven't had cider in ages. 12 strike me down for a fool. So desperate was I to seize the Grand Sirs that I failed to discern their true intent before it was too late. And now poor Gigi is in their clutches. What if I never see my beloved son again? I suppose we ought to be prepared for the worst. They could be halfway to Rod's-at-Han by now. I very much doubt that, given that they were moving at an adamantoise's pace. Little Milksop's right. let's get after the old buggers. Yeah, they might have made it up to, like, that hill at this point. Huh. That's what my mentor used to call me. Among other things. Oh, the memories. All right. We mustn't act rashly. If they realize they're being watched, they may attempt to flee again. Very slowly. Think he's sleeping or just resting his eyes? Let me guess. Wondering why I haven't gone and smacked him up beside the head and put an end to this rubbish, eh? There's a time for cracking skulls and a time for letting your idiot of a son deal with his troubles on his own, that's why. No, that's fair. Yeah, that seems fair. So, it seems that the Grandsires have been caught once more by the inspector that was trying to catch them. How ironic. Also, how premature. We have them, yes, but they still have Chi-Chi. Damn it, if only some manner of opportunity would present itself. Ask and ye shall receive. We can ambush that wizened dragoon, take him hostage, and demand an exchange. Inquisitor Seer, you disappoint me. A gentleman cannot condone the violent kidnapping and ransom of his elders. No, no, we shall approach this problem as paragons of honor and virtue. The Warrior of Light here will stalk and subdue the Grandsire, and then relieve him of his armor. How is stripping an old man naked more gentlemanly than taking him hostage? Rest assured, I shall reveal all soon enough. Godspeed. I like to think that we play along for the sole reason that, for some ungodly reason, his plans work, even though they shouldn't. So we're just like, alright, let's follow along with the stupidity and see what happens. Hey, Orland, buddy. Ah, I knew you'd... Wait, who are you again? There's something awfully familiar about those muscular forearms. Those strong yet tender-looking fingers. I say, would you be so kind as to massage my shoulders, young lady? There's this lingering ache, this tension that Gonspart can't seem to soothe with his magics. Remove my breastplate? Oh, of course, how silly of me. Pray lend me a hand with the straps. Truly, young lady, you are a saint. I swear, it's the little things you begin to appreciate. My dear departed wife used to help me with my armor, you know. Right. I should be seated to better receive your tender ministrations. Ah, the healing tingle. But that I had a tincture of salamander with which to treat these aches. My little pig's knee used to spread some on my chest and under my nose to help me sleep through the night. Come, do not be shy. Work those soothing fingers into each and every knot. Slowly make me forget my troubles. Okay, this is getting more and more weird by the minute, and I don't know how comfortable I am with this. The old dragoon's soft snoring suddenly stops, and you begin to fear you may have bore witness to his final moments. Leaning closer, you extend a hesitant finger, only to stop short when a sudden spasm signals the resumption of his labored breathing. Sorry, my guy. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm going to be doing it for some ungodly reason. Thank God you were wearing long johns. With the utmost care, you remove Orland's sabatons and breeches, leaving the sleeping old man exposed to the elements, the mercy of the nearby ravenous bears and tentacled mortals. May he rest in peace. Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, buddy, please. Good night, sweet prince. What the fuck is happening? Oh, my God. That's the first... Okay, we've killed people. We've killed a lot of people, but that's the first time, I think, with maliciousness in our... Not necessarily maliciousness in our hearts, but just sheer... I don't even know how to describe it. We just left that man to die for no reason. Completely aware of that fact. Oh my God. Alright. Also, hey. I am glad you guys can't see me as I bike through this area. Oh yes, let's not even bother to discuss the moral and ethical implications, much less the legal ones. Think he's sleeping or just resting his eyes? Let me guess. Well, oh yeah, this is the same dialogue. Ah, my stalwart assistant. By your return, I gather you have taken care of the dragoon. And by taken care, I mean afford him all due courtesy, as befitting a man, as befitting a man of his years, whilst returning with the equipment I require. Yeah, here, you can... Capital! Then without further ado, I shall disguise myself as Orland and free Gigi from captivity. But you two look nothing alike. They may be old and slow, but they're not blind. Oh, ye of little faith, you are in for a treat, for you shall have a front row seat to the magnificent display of Mandevillian guile and subterfuge. Hey, is it time for dinner yet? We just ate, you daft bugger. And where in the hell's this Orland? I know he's got to take a piss every hour, but damn it, could he at least be quick about it? Greetings, fellow antediluvians. I have returned. How can they not see us right there? Oh, bollocks. It's about time. That fucking worked. Okay, no, that's bollocks. Pack up your things. I want us back on the road in 10 minutes. Before we do that, we must release young Gigi here. 'Tis behavior unbecoming of a gentleman to keep children in cages. What in the seven hells are you blathering about? He's going to get away. No, he will not. See? Still here, within my care. Right then, on a completely unrelated note, I shall now take the with me on a brief sojourn. I will now take the boy with me on a brief sojourn into the wilderness. Fury, take me. It's working. He's about to walk right out of there with Gigi, and they won't even try to stop him. So far, so good. We're cold, and there are marbles after me. To be fair, that one's probably our fault. Holy fucking shit. I'm me, but you're also me. But that can't be unless... This is... Oh my god. This is it. This is the moment when my life flashes before my eyes. Oh, my dearest Bigsney, we'll be together at last. Holy shit! Oh my god. Imposter! How dare you attempt to trick me with a ruse so hackneyed it would make a minstrel blush? Ye gods, I never realized dying would hurt so much. Now's our chance, Gigi. Come with me. Vivi, wait! My son? What's gotten into you? Vivi. Where have I heard that name before? Remember who you are, Vivi. What you are. A creation of the great Charlayan archmagus Quan. Quan. I was given life by Grandpapa Quan. I remember now. We lived together, and he taught me many things about the outside world. Well, I guess that's good. What exactly do you remember, my son? Everything. Yes, everything. I remember that Grandpapa Quan created me, that he took care of me, raised me, and that we were very happy. But then he abandoned me. Grandpapa Quan abandoned me. He believed you were flawed, Vivi, that you lacked the power to turn back the hands of time and make him young again. And so, in his ignorance, he cast you out and died all alone. To turn back the hands of time? Then what we witnessed in the Crozier with the Duke's priceless vase, that power could be brought to bear on people? But wait, how do you know all this? You couldn't have possibly been associates of this Archmagus Quan. We found his journals during one of our many trips into the Great Library. Scavenging for valuable relics is one of the few ways we have left to make a living. We were famed heroes of the war in our prime, with fortunes to match, but no soldier has the strength to triumph over time, And before we knew it, the hour of our the sheath was upon us. Ishgard had no longer had need of our services. So we came here to eke out a living, to keep doing what we do best until our bodies wouldn't let us. Then imagine our surprise when we stumbled upon the opportunity of a lifetime. A second lifetime, as it were. A mammoth with the power to take back that which was broken and restore it to its prime state. To turn back time with its temporal magics and give us back our misspent youth. Fury, take me. This is also... I don't even know if there's a precedent to determine whether or not this constitutes heresy. We knew where to look, even. With the journals, we determined that the mammoth was somewhere in the Western Highlands. A chance, for a second chance, was within reach. And then we were forced to watch as you imbeciles pulled Vivi from the snow, nearly ruining everything. Vivi, listen to me. Come with us and we can help you unlock your true potential. Just think what you could accomplish were you to master your magics. Not only could make us young again, but you may even have the power to restore life to Archmagus Quan. Impossible. No magic can truly return the dead to us. At best, you can animate a corpse, and I need not review the precepts to deter that the products of necromancy are abomination in the eyes of the Fury. Gigi, wait. What of our adventures? What of our gazebo? Your Manderville mammoth? You have always been so kind to me, Papa Hildy, and I will forever be grateful for that. But Grandpapa Quan made me. He made me, and I miss him. So even if it fails, I have to try. What are you doing? They're getting away. We have to stop them. Mayhap we must respect Gigi's decision. So that's the end of that chapter, eh? You're giving up and coming back home? I too made a decision long ago, to become a traveling inspector, and I have ever stood by it. Mayhap it is from this singular stubbornness of mine that Gigi ever took inspiration. Nay, I cannot abide it. He is my flesh and blood, my son. I dare not let him use his temporal magics to pervert the natural order. It falls to me, his father, to ensure that Gigi keeps to the righteous path and only utilizes traditional methods of zombification to raise the dead. Inquisitor Seer, I must applaud your dedication to your work and cannot thank you well enough for all you have done on our behalf. Yet I fear if we continue as we are, Gigi may be driven to rash action. Therefore, I would ask that you suspend your pursuit of the Grand Sirs for a time, that I might be afforded the opportunity to try to convince my son to return peacefully. Well, seeing how we can only guess as the full extent of Gigi's powers, it might prove dangerous to act aggressively should he choose to use them. I knew you would understand. Right then, there's no time to waste. Nashu, let us retire to a new gazebo and discuss our plans. Nobody gonna mention the fact that he's still wearing that old man's armor? I suppose it'd have been a shame if he had given up that easily. Though, that means I'll have to stick around even longer. On the other hand, if that bloody mammoth's really got the power to make them young again, then... Seer's face. Like, are you kidding me? This can't be happening. Alright. I said I'd suspend my pursuit, and I will, but that doesn't mean I won't continue my investigation into that mammoth and its powers in Ishgard. We're getting close to 11, so I'll call it here pretty shortly. I wanted to finish up this series, at least the Hildebrand Heavensward quest, but it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to do that. Ah, I see you saw fit to return to the capital as well. The Inquisition has a rather large collection of heretical tomes, including many of Charlayan origin, and I had a mind to scour them for information on temporal magics. This, of course, is all for the sake of confirming the Mammoth's heretical origins. Yes, only that. Why are you looking at me like that, as if to imply that my interest in these matters is more than a professional one? I'm sure I don't know what you're not talking about. Thank you. That will be all. God. I love these quests. I think the worst part about them is the fact that I'm never going to experience them for the first time again. Alright, well, as much as I'd love to continue, I think it's a good time to call it. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to finish up in the half an hour. But, as I said, I'm going to be on either Saturday night or Sunday night with more of this. So, thanks everybody so much for watching, if you still are. I will be back, as per said, for our YouTube viewers. The Bloodlord session for this week will be going up tomorrow, because we aren't playing Sunday and we're not streaming tomorrow night for Pathfinder, so I figured I'd put that up in the sort of interim. My plan is to stream another one of these either Saturday or Sunday. And then next week, we're looking at probably 3 streams during the week. Obviously, the Pathfinder stream on Friday, which isn't included in that. And obviously, Bloodlords, while we'll be playing on Sunday, the session likely won't go up until the Sunday afterward. So, we'll see. I might squeeze in an extra one here and there if I can find time. Regardless, thanks everybody so much for watching, if you still are. I'll be back, as I said, either Saturday or Sunday with more Final Fantasy XIV, where we will hopefully finish up Hildebrand's storyline for this Heavensward and Stormblood, start the raid series with Omega, do maybe a tad of the Alliance raid, but we'll find out. Regardless, if you enjoyed and want to catch more streams, the easiest way to do so is to hit the buttons on your respective platforms. Follow on Twitch, subscribe, the bell, the like on YouTube, join the Discord for notifications for when I go live, or we go live in the case of our Pathfinder streams. But regardless, I hope everybody enjoyed, because I know I fucking did. That was a fucking trip. And have a good night. Bye-bye.